CCN with YouTube?
Yep.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, man.
Can you explain the bidding aspect of AdWords? What is that? I don't understand what that does.
Yeah, so the bidding aspect means basically how much you're willing to spend to get your ad in front of that, to be displayed, basically, because there's going to be competition. There's other people also trying to advertise on those channels or on those videos. So the more you're willing to spend on the bid, the more priority your video comes in line above everyone else. But, with a lot of videos that get a lot of volume and stuff like that already, so, I mean, you can pretty much get it for pretty cheap,
What's the rate that's good? You see it.
It depends. If you're doing like the in-display, where you're doing the ad where it's in-stream, where it's that one right there, where it's like right before you play another person's video, your ad plays first, those are a lot cheaper, I've noticed. But I just don't know if they don't convert as well as the video discovery. I mean, if you really want to kind of build that audience pretty quickly, I would put a bid of up to 4 or 5 cents. But you're not going to get charged all the time for 4 or 5 cents. You might get it for a penny. Google will determine, how much you get it for.
It depends on how competitive the words are too. Like if you're really general, like rap music, or rap beats, there's a ton of people that are competing with that. If you're like Kanye West knockoff sounds like such and such, and really specific, it's a little bit cheaper to get those AdWords and those keywords.
But there is a strategy that we've done where we really don't care too much about the quality of the view. We just want the views themselves, because we're going to optimize on the tag side and on the video title side, and we want that long tail approach where we're ranked. So, for example, when I go to Kevin Gates type beat or something, right? Pretty sure I have a video ranked here somewhere. Maybe not Kevin Gates. Maybe somebody else. I think it was G-Eazy or some. I forget them all, but. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. But what you can do is that, you can go after these specific keywords and get those views pretty quickly. So what I like to use is this tool called TubeBuddy. And let's go just, most popular. And I'll just pick a video that I know that's already kind of ranking. And so I'll look at what's ranking. And so maybe none of these are ranking anymore. But at some point they did. I don't know why they're not anymore, but I don't know if this is not working. But what I did was I went after like the 1 cent views on the in stream, so I can rank on this artist is keyword. But it looks like that might not be a good strategy going forward. It seems like Google really cracks down on the quality of the view, on the engagement too. So I would want to focus more on the in discovery. So you're making the actual person click your video instead of forcing them to watch it. So you know that if someone's going to click your video, they're more engaged and more interested in your music. And
tagging helps too. Like if you're really specific on the type of tag, or the type of hook, or the type of trap beat, or the type of sub element, does that help in your?
Oh yeah, for sure. Hip hop, trap beat. And being very creative, like using different variations. Like here's one of our videos, like hip hop trap. So we're ranked. So if anyone searches hip hop trap beat, we've got a couple videos here, right? And that's that long tail approach. Is like going after those cheap views initially, just so I can get those search volumes. So I'm gonna show you guys something that I use a lot. Jeff probably uses a lot too. Is Google Trends. So Google Trends, so let's go Young Thug type beat. And let's filter on YouTube, so not just all general search. So as you can see, this search term for Young Thug type beat was not always, a relevant term, right? So he's even declining in popularity in search. So what I recommend for people that want to go after the YouTube approach is that you have to mix in some general search terms, that are going to have a longer ROI across search volume. So when you search just sad beat or happy beat, inspiring beat, you could see that line is much straighter, and it's going to be a lot straighter for years and years to come because it's such a general term. When you focus like on an artist type beat, those artists stay relevant for like a year or two, and then that's it, right? A lot of artists. So if you focus all your energy on trying to rank on, a Young Thug or a Future type beat or something like that, or you're gonna limit the long tail, because when you go for trap beat, just general trap beat, look at the volume on that, and that's staying. I don't think trap is going around anytime soon. It might. I don't know. We'll see. Or happy beat, right? I know it sounds corny, but it's just like these are very, very steady search terms that stay around for years and years to come. And if you rank on them, your video is gonna be up there for years, and you're gonna earn revenue on those sales forever, because those general terms people are gonna search forever. Cool. Let's move on that. So Google Trends is a good one. TubeBuddy is pretty good. There's a bunch of stuff out there, man. There's so much information out there. You got one? Yep.
So I wanted to ask, would you ever recommend externally advertising, like outside of YouTube, via like Google?
Yeah, absolutely. Google is huge.
That's expensive, though, right?
What was that?
It's more expensive.
Google is more expensive. Yeah, it's more expensive. Why I don't focus on it too much is because you can't really preview the content. And your content is if you can have someone listen to you. I'd rather actually run a video ad on Facebook than run a Google AdWords campaign, because I want people to be able to listen to it right then and there. So if you can use your actual content as the ad unit itself, it's less friction to the sale. Cool. So tags are huge, right? You gotta be able to get very creative. Use different variations of tags. Use different variations. Use different adjectives. Fill up the whole tag box, but it has to be very relevant to that video. You can't just add tags, like you can't put Donald Trump in your video tag. Even though if Donald Trump dropped an album right now, it'd probably go double platinum. But you have to have you can't do a Donald Trump type beat. It's not going to work, man. So still, but in the context of music, you still want to keep your stuff relevant. You want to use words like instrumental. You want to use your words like beat. You want to use, music production. You want to use, anything that you can really, really be precise with. Is it with a hook? Is it an R&B? Like, use the genres that are working. You put the year in it. You be very creative, because when you rank among so many different lesser volume keywords, it all starts to add up, man. You might not be able to rank on the big ones, right? It might be very competitive. It could be very hard. You're going to need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, very quality views with quality engagement before you start ranking. So sometimes focusing on some of these little ones where with 1,000 views, you might rank on the first page. You know what I mean? And you start building that up across all of your different videos. Yeah, and you can do the same with your title. Make sure on your title you're really, really using the more core words that apply to your beat. Very, very relevant keywords. So use those as your main words, and then in your tags you're using all the different variations of what you're using in your title. Description is great. Always make sure the first line has your buy link, because even in the search results on YouTube, YouTube allows the first line to be viewable, so they might click your website just on the first line. Use emojis. I know you kids like to use emojis and shit. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But it's just another thing. It's just another thing to catch the eye of the listener, right? Educating the listener with text, purchase link, instant delivery, untagged, ingraining in their brain what they're going to get after they purchase the track. You know, educating the listener, because millions of artists, artists are born on YouTube every day. A lot of them don't know about buying beats. You know, a lot of them don't understand the concept of buying beats. So little things like that, by educating your potential customer is huge. So we kind of did already some advertising on YouTube. Do you guys want me to create an ad on any other platform, or do you want to maybe
Facebook and Twitter?
Facebook and Twitter? Okay. Jeff, should I open up the question thing to see if before I move on?
Yeah, there's nothing. There's a couple things with 2 or 3 votes, but
okay.
I'll keep an eye on that.
People
do want to know if you're going to provide your contact info.
Hell no.
I'll give you a cell phone.
I'm joking. You can email me, guys.
$20.
I don't care. Abe@beatstars.com. I ain't giving you my cell phone number though.
Come to me for that.
I need one of those like Ryan Leslie super phone numbers, where it's like, text me, call me, and then you get just a bunch of text messages from me back like right away. I need one of those. Google Voice. I need one of those, man. I'm still behind on technology. I'm a high school dropout. Haven't seen much yet.
Are you actually a high school dropout?
I am, yeah. Power to the people. All right. So the process of running, what's so beautiful about all these big social platforms and all the data that they have ad platforms now. You know, you don't have to rely on just like Google search results. You know, Facebook is very powerful. Twitter is my favorite social network for musicians. I love Twitter, man. It's like the last unfiltered social network that allows you to like network and work with other artists and producers, and I love Twitter, man. Shout out to Twitter. Anyway, social media advertising. So let's go through. I want to go through an ad unit on Twitter. So if you go inside the Twitter ad platform, what's really cool about Twitter too is if you set up an ad platform, they allow you to upload an unlimited length of video. I don't know if anyone knew that, but you know how you're only restricted to like 30 seconds or a minute. If you set up an ad account and go into creatives and upload media in here, they allow you to upload videos up to 5-6 minutes. So you can put your whole beat video inside of Twitter, which is dope. And then you can have the links. So let's create an ad. All right, create a campaign. So let's go for video views, right? Or lead generation. So it depends, really depends on what you want to do. Lead generation is good, but the problem with that is they're not going to be able to consume your media with lead generation. What's good about lead generation is that they give you the email address of the user, so you're building up your email following. But I would use the video platform, directing people to a free download in exchange for an email address, so they can still consume the beat, but at the end of the link on the landing page, you're extracting that email address. And I'll show you what's cool about BeatStars is that all of the different products that we have, the players, the pro page, the marketplace, you can give away a free sample download of your beats with tags and a low quality download in exchange for a Twitter follow, a YouTube subscribe, a SoundCloud follow, or a BeatStars follow. So it's already built in to what your campaign you're doing. So all right, let's go through here. Twitter video. So Twitter has, you already know that a lot of artists are on Twitter. That's already known, right? So it's not a bad place to advertise. So United Kingdom, France, And so what's cool about Twitter is that you can do the same thing that we were doing on YouTube, is targeting other popular producers that have followers that are artists. So, Gabe, this is the Legion. I'm going after your customers once again, man. But you can go say Taz Taylor Beats. Oops. Has got a lot of followers. Beatplug is a popular guy. So you can go after all the producers that have a really big following of artists and just target their followers and promote your beat. Simple as that. Or you can target, Dat Piff. Target live mixtapes. Target who's got a Team Backpack. These guys are pretty high volume percentage of artists, right? It's just a high volume percentage of artists. And to entice someone to click your video, you're probably going to have to give away some free stuff in the beginning. If you don't have an audience, you don't have an email list, you don't have any followers on Twitter, you're going to have to give away some free stuff in the beginning. Some free samples, something to where you can build up that audience so you can start having that built-in base of people that you can continue to remarket to, resell to, and engage with, right? So can't just sell stuff right away. So yeah, so I would just target people that have a lot of a lot of followers. Let's do $50 a day. So you can just do the automatic bid. I think is probably the best way to go about it. You can do, you could set a budget saying, hey, I want to, do it at 10 cents. You got to know something about Twitter. Twitter is probably the most expensive ad platform out of everybody. So know that you're going to spend some money, but also know that you're reaching a very targeted audience of artists. You can accelerate your ad spend. So you want to just, instead of spreading it out across time, you can have Twitter run those $10 really quickly and target all those people as fast as possible. You're probably going to pay more for that. But, depends on what type of promotion you're trying to do. If it's very time sensitive, you just want to do a 24-hour sale and you want to get it out to as many artists as possible. You're doing some marketing strategy behind it, or a contest or something, you can accelerate it if you want to. If you're not in a rush and you just want to let it kind of run throughout the day, you can do that. So you can, let's see. So you can create a brand new tweet, or, if you have a beat video, which I might have some. I might have one here somewhere. Let me see. Well, I'm just going to use this as an example. Right? So I'll just create this video. And it's kind of like sometimes we create videos of like a meme in it. Tag this artist if you think he can rap great on this. And people do it. And so download this free beat. Let's keep it simple. And you can give it, the title like Drake type beat or something. Use those keywords again. For a limited time, download this free beat for your project. And then add your call to action, visit the site, send them to that direct track link. So say like, for example, let's see who's given a free download on here. So say, Beatplug is got a free download enabled on this specific track. You take that URL, put that in the website, and so you're directing people to download that free track in exchange for an email address if you've already created that. So it's really simple, guys. You just go into BeatStars here, go into your tracks, and when you're uploading your tracks, we're going to ask you whether you want to give away a free download option. So you can do email capture or social follow. So if you do email capture, you'll automatically capture those emails, and then we're integrated with MailChimp and Aweber, so you automatically grab those emails into a campaign, a drip campaign that you've created if you want to. And all your customers, are all, and we also, very transparent platform. We don't hold on to your customers like iTunes and Spotify. We tell you who's streaming your music. We tell you who's buying your music. All your customers' email addresses are right here. All your downloaders are here. They're all available. We really want to empower you guys, man. We want to give you as many tools, as much information as you can to set up your small business and not have to rely on crazy way society enslaves us in, right? So email drip. What's really cool, then you also got, we have a top fans feature. So you can message people that are in your top fans too. All right, so back to the ad. Created the ad, I can publish it, and I'm targeting all of those specific accounts, or I can target specific interest or keywords again to say if people are searching I need beats or something like that, you can do that. But I'd rather hit those warm leads of people that there's rappers or artists or singers following those specific accounts, whether like it's a songwriting account or a ASCAP account or something, like that it's just a bunch of writers and artists, right? So yeah, so and then there's your ad. It's going to run, and people can listen to it. And then when they're listening to it, there's that download link. What I would do also inside the tweet, if you have room in it, is to add the link inside the tweet too, because they allow you to do that too. So you can put that. So you can download that freebie in the inside the tweet right in here. So they get it from that little call to action and inside the tweet, and then it's promoted. Cool. Any questions on that?
What are ways to find popular tags used by recording artists to find beats? So a lot of that stuff you're pulling out of thin air. Like, is there a way to go find those tags or a resource they can hit?
Yeah, so this TubeBuddy is really powerful, man. So say I want to search the volume. So Drake type beat, and it tells you, it shows you that the search volume is very, very high. The competition is very high for that keyword. But then it also recommends a bunch of other keywords that are not as competitive that you can work on, right? You can go into auto suggestion, trending. So you're starting to see what keywords that are related to Drake type beat that's starting to trend. Start including that into some of your targeting.
And this is called TubeBuddy.
Yeah,
It looks like you're in YouTube though. How did you?
Yeah, it's like a plugin in Chrome. Yeah, it's like a Chrome extension. Yeah, I think it's free. You can just get it.
Cool.
Yeah, so here's another one. Like you just put rap beat, huge search volume, but I wanted something more general. But I wanted to see what else is being searched. Maybe maybe they'll recommend best beat ever. Look at that. I mean, like, it's being searched though. We'll see what the competition is on it. Like, there's people so stupid enough to write in, I want the best beat ever. And then if you and then look, it's not even that competitive. And if you own that on the first page, you have the best beat ever according to this dude. That's some gangster shit, man. All right, so are you guys getting the grasp of this? Like keywords and volume and just kind of using the information that's out there, right? But, at the core of it all, the music's got to sound good too. The music's got to be good. Your web property's got to look good. You got to have great branding. You got to get a professional logo and stick with that logo forever. You got to have people remember you, All right. Let's go.
One more?
Yeah.
All right. Do you need contracts to sell non-exclusive and exclusive beats? If so, how do you go about creating those contracts? You guys do that all.
Let me show you.
There you go.
So licenses and contracts. We've had music lawyers draft up some general, very template agreements for you guys. You can go in and kind of quick customize the terms, but if you want to fully customize the terms, you can go into full customization and go in and just like add some terms in there that you want to add. If you hired a music lawyer to create a specific type of beat license for you, you can just plug that into our system and we'll automatically take care of it. And all you have to do is just kind of add the variables where you want the artist's name to be in the contract, your name, the contract date and stuff like that, where you want to plug that stuff. You just copy and paste this variable and you can put it here. And then now our system will automatically make sure we pass through all of that information to your customer and to you after the license is sold.
Yeah, that's dope.
Cool.
I spent as much time as I've spent on contracts.
Yeah.
I wanted that like 10 years ago, man. So I don't know how relevant this is, but maybe you can speak to it. What's the best way to clear a sample?
The beauty about BeatStars, we really don't involve ourselves in that. We're the marketplace. We're the mechanism for you to buy and sell. We don't get involved in the actual creation itself and help you clear samples and stuff. Maybe at some point we start some kind of organization to help people do that. Let the artists, like the Gabe said, let the artists worry about it. What we do within our agreements, we make sure that they're really just buying the arrangement and it's a non-exclusive license. And if there are samples in it, it's on the artist's responsibility to have to clear it.
The artist that's licensing.
That's our artist that's licensing.
The producer that's. So I mean, is it on the producer to say, "Yo, this is a James Brown loop in the middle of this track, and you got to go clear it before you use it"?
Exactly.
Is disclosed.
Is disclosed. Yep.
Okay.
But we like to make sure we scour the platform all the time. We also use a third-party company that identifies whether samples are being used. But producers are getting so tricky nowadays with pitching stuff and changing things that even software can't even detect samples. So I would recommend just sticking with your original stuff. If you want to record my beautiful voice for a sample, more power to you. You can do it.
I don't know if you can see that.
You won't sell a beat though.
That top one up there. Can you see that on the screen?
Yeah. Is there a different approach or formula when you operate more as a producer artist rather than selling music to other artists, like selling your music instrumentals as albums, EPs, and music for listeners and fans? So yeah, I mean, there is Arnie. Love you, man. Power to the people, bro. All right, so there is producers that release instrumental albums and stuff like that. There is fans of just beats. There is a lot of people that love listening to just beats. You'll see a lot of producers like Pete Rock and I don't know who else. Like even Havoc releases instrumentals just to put out, just for people to listen to. And honestly, what I think they're doing is they're just putting it up there because they would just want rappers to mess around with it, But it's I guess the approach or formula. Yeah, I mean, so when you're talking about releasing an EP or album, then you are considering yourself now an artist, and now you want to deal with a label or a distributor, and now you're going to want to set that up for marketing and retail placement. And you have to treat it differently in the way that you're going to try to sell this thing. It's totally different approach. Now you're looking for like press and coverage and reviews, and you're pretty much treating this thing as just as any other traditional album. And a lot of producers do take that approach to gain some awareness. I don't knock it. I think it's great. I think it's great to do that. I think what I want to see more from producers, what I want to see more to elevate their brand on those retailers like Apple Music and like Spotify and stuff. I want producers reaching out to their customers that buy beats from them and work on compilation albums presented by the producer, kind of like what DJ Khaled does, right? Or that goes and grabs like artists and says, "Hey guys, get on my beats and I'll put this out. This is my album. I'm responsible for promoting it. I'm responsible for marketing it, and I might give you a fee for your performance, or we share on the album revenue and stuff like that." I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see producers start curating albums with their own production. Like, pay attention to what artists are doing to your beats. If you see some, you see some really dope stuff being created to your beats, like, reach out to those artists, man. Develop that relationship and say, hey, man, I would love to include this song on a compilation of mine, so-and-so producer, and I want to put it out commercially. So now it's, kind of like what the EDM world does, right? The EDM world does, like Calvin Harris featuring Rihanna, and Calvin Harris goes around the world and performs that song, and Rihanna ain't nowhere to be found. It's Calvin Harris's song. You know what I mean? He's developing his brand. He's putting together, those tracks. And I feel like hip hop producers, or just all producers in general, need to do more of that to expand on their brand, brings more interest to what they're doing, builds their followings. I mean, dude, everything that you can do with your content, do it. It's not going to hurt you. Especially if, because a lot of the big social media sites like Twitter and Facebook, when they want to verify you and stuff like that, they want to know that you put out commercial releases. They want to know you're viable in the bigger marketplaces, not just on BeatStars. They want to know that you're viable in press. They want to know you're viable. Like, so our guys that make 40, 50 grand a month, we try to get them verified on Twitter, and Twitter's like, who are these guys? Who are they? I never heard of them. They don't have an album on Apple. They don't have an album on Spotify. So putting out releases under your name, under your producer name, I would highly recommend, because it just gains more interest in your brand and can put you in different rooms than you're normally accustomed to. What's up, Jeff? You got any other ones?
No, we're good for now.
Okay, cool.